And today is a wild topic. And what made me write this topic is because I had a meeting earlier this week with, let's just say, banking representatives that everybody who's in this business in South Florida would know. I'm not throwing anybody under the bus today. That's not the idea.
Oh, come on.
But I will tell you, and I told them I wasn't going to throw them under the bus, but these are banking representatives who had a lot of interesting things to say about the new laws and the danger that these laws have put Florida condominium owners in. So
about taking loans out.
Let's start talking about it. You ready?
Ready.
Okay. So what do we know? The legislature was tough for 1 year. They spoke tough about 1 year that they're going to make everybody pay for this and that and no more kicking the can down the road. They were tough for 1 year. Finally, we thought after decades and decades of allowing unit owners to waive the funding of reserves, we had laws that were passed which required the owners in a 3-story or higher condominium to fund now what was called structural integrity reserves. And to remind everybody what that was, now you had to fund reserves for roof, for your structure, for your fireproofing, for your plumbing, for your electrical, for your waterproofing, for your windows and doors, and anything that else that had a deferred maintenance expense of $10,000.
But
yes,
there were unintended consequences,
yeah,
Eric.
Potentially, yes. Well, okay. But the most important thing, what? Could no longer be waived, right?
Right.
Finally, we were going to require the owners to put away money every single month so that when repairs were needed to be made, the money would be there, right? That was the important thing. And then the Florida legislature caved. And they put owners in a really, really precarious position that, mark my words, it's going to force countless Floridians into foreclosure or forced sales years from now. Not many years from now.
You're saying because of their fix for the unintended consequences, it's going to make it worse for them.
Correct. These are the unintended consequences that I'm referring to. Why? Because on July 1st, a new law went into effect, which now allows the associations to fund these reserve accounts. They're mandatory, right? But they said, okay, we'll let you fund these reserve accounts by taking out a bank loan each year. In a word, disaster. Okay, so
the banks don't like it.
That's exactly what we found out this week when I had my meeting.
You think they would love it? Why don't they like it?
Well, let me get into it. So we all know human nature, right? If the owners in a condo are allowed to take out a 10-year loan to fund the reserves that are due this year, the association's going to take out that 10-year loan. Believe me, 9 out of 10 times. And what do you think they're going to do next year if they have to fund the reserve account and they're allowed to take out another loan? Well, they're going to take out another loan. And what do you think they're going to do the next year and the year after that and the year after that? So instead of simply requiring the owners to reach into their pockets to fund the reserve accounts as they should, the Florida legislature is giving homeowners, condominium homeowners, enough rope to hang themselves with.
That's the way it is today. People are putting their groceries on Klarna,
yes.
paying for.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is on paying for because they can't afford it.
Well, here's the thing.
If you don't have the money, what are you going to
do? Then you sell your condominium.
Right, you get out.
But you don't go into foreclosure, right? If you go into foreclosure, you're going to wind up getting a lot less than what you could have gotten. Each year, if you allow it to happen this way, each year the association's outstanding loans are going to increase, right? If you're borrowing every single year to fund your reserves, every single year your loans are going to increase. Each year your monthly assessments are going to go up. The interest that you pay every single year is going to go up.
Does the law say anything about the interest that the banks can charge?
No.
Does it
cap
it?
Nope, does not. Absolutely not. And I can tell you it's going to eventually become impossible for many owners to pay their monthly assessments, all because the Florida legislature caved and simply couldn't require owners to pay the actual costs of what is required to live in the condominium.
And try to sell your condominium when it's got 4, 5, 6 loans on it.
Exactly, go do that.
Now you're not going to be able to sell it.
When the condo has all these outstanding.
Even sell it.
Exactly.
You're screwed. So I understand. You met with some banking executives.
Yes.
And in the Florida condominium loan industry, I didn't even know that existed.
Yep.
And these lenders themselves were shocked that after everything we learned from the Champlain Towers tragedy, the Florida legislature again let condo owners kick that can down the road, as you said,
Yep.
on 60
Take the can.
Minutes
Now,
when you were asked,
yep. And I'll tell you
what is
this:
this?
when I met with, let's just say the bank president, okay, what words did he use? They let them kick the can down the road again.
He did.
That's his words, not mine. Okay, they thought it was insane to allow associations to borrow every single year to pay the reserve account and saddle the association and its owners with massive debt
And what's the
that they
collateral?
won't get out of.
They're going to lose their place. The collateral's gone.
The collateral is when a bank gives a loan to a condo, the collateral is if the association doesn't pay, the bank has the right to knock on everybody's door and say, don't pay your assessments this month to the condo, you're paying it to us, to the bank. But I can tell you, these bank
and then
executives,
what? They'll take your place.
They take the place of the association. And the association doesn't get paid now to pay their bills, right? The money goes directly to the bank.
But if you can't pay the bank, then what? They take the house.
They then potentially can sue you for the money. They can get a judgment against you. They can sue the association. And just let's say things get real bad for the condo.
But they can't foreclose on you.
They can't foreclose on you.
Well, there you
no,
go.
Actually, you know what? If they take the place of the association and you don't
can.
pay them, then yes, they can foreclose on you.
So it's
just bad. It's just bad.
And then how would a developer respond to that?
Love it.
All these,
they developers chomping at the bit. Developers are loving this, But the bank wanted to know how it was possible that this happened so quickly, 1 year, and without the banks. Again, their words. How did this happen without the banks having a seat at the table when this legislation was being discussed?
It's a bit knee jerk.
Yes, exactly what it was. Totally. And they were really, really upset that all of this happened without any input from the bank.
So, it's interesting because even though banks make money by lending, right?
Yeah.
You tell me that these executives thought that they wouldn't be harming their communities by lending to fund reserve accounts every year.
Yeah, they thought that if they did that, they would have to tell associations, you know what? You want another loan this year for reserves? Nope. We're not giving it to you. They actually thought that even though, like you said, the banks make money by lending, if they continue to give out loans year after year after year to condominiums, they would be harming the communities where the bank is located in. And they really don't want to harm the communities. And they're going to have to think about saying no.
A bank saying no.
Yeah.
So what if you do like the Tom Selleck loan? What is it when you
reverse mortgage?
Your mortgage. So what if you reverse mortgage on a place that's got like 4 loans on it?
Well, I always thought a lot of people have. You see, the legislature thought it would be a terrible thing to make people pay what they actually should be paying, right? But the truth is, a lot of people, especially in 55 and over communities, I would say 90% or more of the people that are in 55 and over communities don't have a mortgage. So I'm sorry. Yes, it may be time to take a reverse mortgage and pay it and use your equity.
Will they give you a reverse mortgage if all this is going on?
It depends. It depends how much equity you have in the property. But the way things are right now, at least to me, everybody loses.
And
this is dangerous.
Can you pay up front what's owed and not be involved with all these loans?
Yes. So well, that's interesting how you phrase it. If an association takes out a loan,
they're
right,
still doing
and an interest is owed on the loan, and say it's a 4-year loan, the association could say, okay, owner, you have a choice. You can pay yours up front with no interest, or you could take the payment plan. Like we have a 4-year loan, you can have the 4-year loan with interest. But remember, that's for the first year.
Right.
The second year, they're going to take out a loan again to fund the reserve account. The third year, they're going to take a loan out again to fund the reserve account.
But you paid it.
You paid only the first loan. You paid only the first loan. What about the second loan and the third loan and the fourth loan?
It sounds like a
do you realize? I mean, we read right. You really have to focus in on what we're talking about here.
It's
crazy time, right? To allow an association every year to take out money to fund reserves. It's insane.
It's like colleges going to school.
Like student loans that you don't even realize what you're signing for.
Every year you're taking a loan out.
Exactly.
And then when you get out, you have to pay it back. And
I like the analogy.
Right?
I like the analogy.
Like the student loans.
I like the analogy. I really do. Very good. Well, that's how I feel. That's how Karen feels. Of course, we want to know how you feel.